everyone, Mipa here, trying to make your Monday a little better and maybe even something to look forward to. So, I have a Speedpaint here. It feels like ages since I have recorded, which may be because last week I got to take the week off because I managed to get a video out every other week that month. So I earned that week off and I was very proud of myself. And now we are back and I almost didn't have a video for this week, but then I had some extra time on my hand. I had some motivation to suddenly do digital drawing, and here we are. Now, I really wanted to put a lot of time and effort into the speed paint. I didn't want it to just be the 40-minute ones I would do on occasion. I thought I will truly try on this one. Not that I don't try on the other ones, but I just wanted it to look epic, I guess. I wanted to do shading, I didn't want to do line work. I wanted it to look really cool, and I really wanted to be proud of it. And I ended up choosing to do Silindarr, or more specifically, Starr. Yesterday, I had been trying to think, if I am to do a video tomorrow, which is now today for recording me, I was thinking, well, if I'm going to do a video, what am I going to do? And I thought to look back on my little list that I have of video ideas, and one of them that stuck out was poster designs. I thought of doing that one. So I was trying to think of some kind of poster, but I was like, but what story would I do it for? And then my mind from there just started going off on an idea of doing an epic Silindarr image. So I went with that instead. Now, I know I didn't end up really following through with the epic part of the plan. I'm not fully sure where my train of thought went, even though legit I recorded the speed paint and have now gone straight to voiceover mode. I already don't remember how I reached this drawing idea. I don't know. I was thinking of these epic drawings, and somehow I landed on doing some cute, wholesome Starr holding Fluffle Jr. I don't know how that happened. But I thought I would still do some form of shading, so that's why I didn't do line work. Instead, I just did the coloring. And going into this, I remembered my other attempts of doing them without line work for digital drawing and not really being the most happy with it. So throughout the whole thing, I was trying to keep in mind mistakes I made in the past, because I knew that with my first attempt at them digitally, even with line work, I ended up making all of the colors too dark. So I was making sure not to do that again, so that you could really still tell the difference between all of the colors. And then I remembered that when I was trying to line up all of her stripes with the ombre, it didn't go well. So I decided to color her stripes before doing the different coloration on her body, since she has the ombre on her arms and body and legs, but you can't see her legs because she has pants on that are long enough to cover all of her legs. She has bird legs, so that's why in the skeleton her legs just look like sticks. It's because she has bird legs, if you can't tell by her feet. I don't know why I decided to point that out, but I did. So there's that. I also ended up with a lot of layers in this drawing because I was planning to do shading. I thought having a lot of layers would make the shading process easier, so the entire time I was trying to keep that in mind. And it feels like it's been ages since I've done a digital drawing, because I believe the last 2 videos I did were both Minecraft videos, and it's been a bit since I've recorded. So there's all that. It just feels like it's been a bit, so I was really just easing back into things, taking my time with this, doing what I felt like I needed to do to be happy with the final product. Because at this point, that's truly what mattered to me. I wanted to be happy with this. I loved the idea of the drawing, and I didn't want this to be like that rainy day drawing that I did that one time with Silindarr and Mira, because I loved the idea for that drawing. I just wasn't happy with the final product. And I didn't want that to happen with this one, because look at how cute Starr looks. I love her, and she has Fluffle Jr., and I love Fluffle Jr., and I wanted to be happy with the drawing. So I really took my time and did what I felt like I needed to. Doing Fluffle Jr.'s face was kind of funny to me, because the eyes are just so big and soulless, and the moment I drew it, I had to take a moment to look at it and go, that looks kind of demonic, but I love it. So I left it with just these soulless eyes, and it has that now. Also, the entire time I was doing this drawing, I was trying to figure out what the heck I wanted to do for the background, because I honestly kind of had no idea. I didn't know if I wanted it simple, I didn't know if I was going to do it one color or multiple colors, and eventually I just threw on a couple colors and stared at it and went, I love this. This, like, just two-toned color thing, I don't know why, I just really liked it. But, you know, it was a little bit bright, and I felt like it took away from Starr a bit. So I started playing around, trying to figure out where the filter thing was, because I knew it existed, I just couldn't find it. But eventually, I found it, and I started playing around, seeing how I could change the background to keep it how it was, while also still being happy with it. One of the filters seemed to kind of just make it a bit darker, so I went with that, and then I ended up changing the hue slightly with one of the filters, added in the original colors again, blurred it, and that was that. Suddenly, after adding this background, I loved just the cartoony vibe it had, and suddenly I was like, well, guess I'm not doing shading, because suddenly I just loved it how it was. I felt like adding shading would make Starr not really match the background, so I left it because I liked how just cartoony it looked. I just liked how it was. So I started playing with the hues a tad bit more if I wasn't quite happy with something, which was mainly only with the pockets, because I felt like the pockets blended in too much. I wanted them to be a little bit lighter. So I did that. And from there, I looked at it and was like, what am I missing? And remembered that Starr glows, and that was the thing I needed. I know I said I wouldn't do shading or anything, but I really needed to add her glowing features, because that's the thing I can't do with her when I do the paper drawings like I usually do. I can't add her cool little glowing effects, and I love adding her glowing effects. So I made sure to add that final detail, and I loved doing that. Sure, it wasn't, like, in some areas it wasn't the most noticeable thing, but I didn't need it to be the most noticeable thing. I just needed it to exist. And I made sure to do her face last, just because that makes me happy and makes it feel more finished while I'm doing it. And final little adjustments, just really trying to make sure Starr sticks out compared to the background. I ended up making her little glow effect green because, if you don't know, she has another personality in her named Silindarr, and when Silindarr's in control, Starr Starr glows green. So I thought that's just a cute little feature to add. And here you have it. I completed my mission. I am very, very happy with this. I love it. It's just so cute and cartoony, and I love it. I don't know what else to say about it. I hope that you all agree and you are happy with this as my video for the week. I just managed to get it out because currently for recording me / editing me, it's Saturday. So I just got it out, but I did it, and I am proud of myself. So I hope you all have an amazing week, everybody. Goodbye!